maybe I'm crazy, but growing up, this statement, this concept always used to bother me, and I didn't really know why. And literally just now, I was on a conversation with my team, and I brought it up. One of them hadn't heard the complete statement before, and the other agreed, and actually unanimously we agreed that something about this statement for us really didn't feel right. And that statement was, a jack of all trades, but a master of none. However, most people know that that's often better than a master of one. The complete statement is actually a Shakespeare's quote that has been butchered by society, in my belief, as a way to keep people small. And for whatever reason, growing up, when I would hear this, I would actually feel wrong that I was multi-interested, I was multidisciplinary, that I had different things and projects that I was always working on. And when I brought this up today, our one homie, he didn't actually know that that was an incomplete statement, that the remaining complete statement has actually been hidden from most people. And it's actually a tool that is used by those who are less aware to keep people focused on singular ventures, singular paths, which actually limits their ability in the new world. In order to be successful, especially as an entrepreneur, as a leader, you have to have multidiscipline. You have to be multifaceted, okay? So if you were raised by or raised around people who would punish you or shame you for having these multiple dimensions to yourself, you would be struggling. And growing up, I felt really weird about this because I actually liked to do lots of things, and now I would not be who I am, where I am, if it wasn't for my ability to do sales and marketing, to create my own content, to edit my own videos, to paint murals and artwork, to dress myself accordingly, to speak with influence and impact and enthusiasm, to run my accounting, to design websites, to what else? To organize teams, to build things, to drive cars, to whatever it is, you name it, right? I can do things, I am competent. And my friends agreed, and I'm sure that many of you guys will agree. And I'm actually curious, comment below, let me know what comes up for you. If it's just me and my friends who felt this way when this statement came up, or this is actually a phenomenon that it's always been weird. And my sense is that it is, because when I heard it, I felt weird that people would be telling me these things. Something inside was informing me that that wasn't accurate. That wasn't really what I should be listening to. And I'm glad that it turned out that there was actually more to that wise statement. And it was just today actually that I learned that it was a Shakespearean quote. So as you think about this, the reason also that I want to share this, and I think it's important for this channel specifically as we talk about the new world and becoming a successful individual and what it's going to take as technologies replace more of the redundant tasks, as new opportunities emerge and competitive players rise to the surface and become, more prevalent in the game. And I've actually said this recently, which was that the new world is owned by those who have developed a reputation in a particular field, meaning they're reputable for something. For me, it was artwork and content and things like this, who simultaneously have the ability to handle any circumstance that comes their way through adaptability, or in other words, multi-dimensional skill sets. So if your reputation, the thing you're known for, is like the leading principle, it's like the thing up here, you're standing on a foundation of skill sets, or not standing on that foundation. You either have it or you don't. And so the greater your skill base or your toolkit or your treasure chest underneath the thing that you are known for, because that's what's going to draw influence, especially in a digitally influenced reality where we're not talking about across the street, we're talking about across the planet type of relationships and brands online where people are finding individuals for a particular thing, a thing that they have carved a niche out about for themselves until their name became big enough to become the thing, And if your name is big enough to be the thing, like an Elon or a Bezos or whatever, or even like any of the great music artists that we listen to, Kanye or whatever else, all of them are masters of many trades, right? They're all jacks of all trades. And an example that came up that's really, really funny, imagine just being the character who only has one fucking skill set dialed and everything else is weak. Right? That's like the nerd who's only really intelligent, but every other area of his life is fucked. And then you can get some like Chad guy who's like 80% in fucking strength, maybe even 60% intelligent, has his money together, can travel, whatever, all these other things. The nerd will be talking some shit. Boom. Gone. They're fucked up, right? He doesn't have to have perfect intelligence to fucking play the game. He's better. He's all around better, more well-rounded, right? I would way rather have my skill stats at a high average instead of just one maxed out all the way, you know? Maybe you're different. Maybe you want to be that guy. I don't feel comfortable being in that place. I want all my bases covered. I want them all dialed so that when it's ready to go, when it's time to go, all we got to do is hit one home run and the bases are running. You know, that's kind of how it feels. So really think about this as you look out in the world. And if anyone says this to you, catch them. I encourage you to go and Google the quote and say full quote, and you'll see the history of it. But really understand where we're going, what the future looks like as technology replaces things that we shouldn't be doing and enhances everything that we're already doing. It's gonna show up. It's already here, right? Your reputation first, the thing that you are known for, your mastery, the thing that you are committed to, it's your purpose. For me, art or content or videos or speaking, someone else being a parent or a business owner, a CEO or a trainer or playing a sport or playing an instrument or making watches or whatever it is. That's your mastery. But your ability to succeed in that is determined by your ability to handle multiple things at whatever level you're able to bring them up to, right? Life stats, right? And I actually have a way of measuring your life stats. Each of them can be broken up in however way that you see, but the way that it was taught to me is that there's 7 arenas of life mastery, okay? Your health, your wealth, your relationships, your business, your social leadership, and your spirituality. Health, wealth, business, relationship, social leadership, spirituality, mindset, wisdom. It's been a minute. That being said, those are the areas, right? So look at your stats, however you want to measure it. Some people say health, wealth, and happiness, or whatever else, right? Those things are important to understand and to measure, and you can rank yourself in them. You can look at your stats, and if you're not happy with any of those areas, you're missing out on something, because your success will only be enabled to the degree of your lowest stat. It's the lagging indicator of where you're at, because eventually you're going to get to a ceiling where you can't go any further until you solve that thing, you know, your abilities, your skill set, that one relationship, your health, right? We know a guy right now who's was a successful business owner, made a lot of money, had done a lot of things in his life, but he's just overweight as fuck, like really bad. And it's come up in conversation a couple times. I've had some conversations with him about it. Obviously it was a sensitive spot. And just now he's made the commitment. He's got the paper, he has the ability to move around. I mean, relatively speaking, with how fat he is, but he's doing the work now because he knows that to go to the next level of who he is here to become, he has to take care of that lagging indicator, that low stat that has been holding him in that position up until now. He's handled everything else, relatively speaking. Now it's time for that. And then ironically, interestingly enough, he was craving relationships, right? So there's usually going to be a relationship with a different area of the category. In this case for him, it was relationships, that your stats are going to be informing how far you can go with. And so he wants to get that area tightened up. It's time to become the person that he needs to be to have that relationship that he really wants. And so with that in mind, it's better to be a jack of all trades than a master of none, which is oftentimes better than a master of one. So with that, I'll leave it to you guys. Hope you guys had enjoyed this video. Feeling a lot better today. Just, sleeping was a little fucked up, but this is day 12 of the 90-day challenge. Just keep it fucking popping. I look forward to producing more, better content. See you guys in the next one. Peace.